16 meeting of the City of Coolidge City Council, regular meeting to order, and ask that we stand for the invocation by Pastor Ray Cluth of the Calvary Chapel of Coolidge.
Thank you, Mayor. Let's bow our heads. Father, Lord, we just come before you tonight and with a humble heart, knowing that you are the God of all creation, and we humble our hearts. And Father, I pray for your counsel, your wisdom to fall upon our city tonight and our leaders. We pray for their families, that you would bless them. And God, just thank you for your love and your mercy that you give us every single day. And may we be a city that honors you in everything that we say and do. And so we bless your name. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Thank you.
Thank you. Please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Norma, would you call the roll, please?
Yes. Councilmember Steve Hudson.
Here.
Councilmember Robert Huddleston.
Here.
Mayor John Thompson.
Here.
Vice Mayor Jackie Henry. Here. Councilmember Gary Lewis.
Present.
And Councilmember Tatiana Murrieta. Here. Thank you.
Thank you. Under presentations, item number 4, monthly report and business spotlight recognition by the Coolidge Chamber of Commerce. Good evening, Lynn.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. I don't have a spotlight for tonight. We like to recognize our annual banquet sponsors. Without that, it's not possible to have such a great event. And that's a place and time when we honor people in our community, our schools, and people that have gone beyond what we normally do. And that would be Crop Production Services, Florence Hospital at Anthem, Sun Life Family Health Center, Garrett Motors, Artisan Village of Coolidge, Coolidge Ace Hardware, Hensley Beverage Company, Pinal Federal Credit Union, Florence Copper, Great Western Bank, Bank of the West, and Coolidge Engine and Pump. And there was a lot of other raffle prizes and that was donated, but it was a great event. Now our reinvestments for September: Laser Specialist, Pinal County Federal Credit Union, Kiva Insurance, Steel Girder, DBA Stinger Welding, DNG Construction, Hohokam Mobile Village, Florence Anthem Hospital, Spirit of Joy Methodist Church, Western Investments, Arizona Jackpot, Mayor John Thompson, American Cancer Society, and Coolidge Youth Coalition. And new memberships for September is Total Network and Telecom Solutions, Max Air Conditioning and Heating, and Remax Victoria Flatley. Our statistics were up on our website. They were down a little bit on our walk-ins, and our phone calls were up. Relocation packets, we sent out 1, and it went to Turkey. Top states that visited us was Iowa and Florida. Top foreign country was Germany. Casa Grande Ruins, they had in the month of September 3,432 visitors, and year to date they're at 59,549. And then, as you know, we had the Native American Music Festival on November 19th. Was a great event. Some upcoming events: we have the blood drive on the 29th. November 29th, we also have the CEDC meeting. And we have Christmas in the Village on December 3rd, the fly-in on December 3rd. And we also have the Christmas Classic concert at the Performing Arts, which is a free event. Hope you can attend to that. And our light parade on the 9th. And our December 21st, we have the luncheon. Whew, I went through that fast. Any questions?
I'm still writing.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Lynn. Okay. Move on to call to the public. This is the portion of the council meeting where anybody from the public can come up and address the council. While we cannot address you back, we will listen. And you please, if you come up, state your name and your address, and you have 3 to 5 minutes to enlighten us on whatever concerns you. So, is there anybody interested in coming up and talking to us? I see Gilbert smiling, but stay there, Gil. You're good. It's different, huh? Yeah, okay. Well, seeing nobody approach, then we'll get out of call of the public and we'll move into business items on the consent agenda. I would ask members of the council if there's any of these items that they want to pull off of the consent agenda so we can discuss them separately. Not hearing anything, I'm going to go ahead and read these items and we'll vote on them. Item 5, consider approval of the change order 1 to the contract with DBA through a City of Scottsdale contract for paving and concrete work in the Wildermoose subdivision, Vista Montana subdivision, and 8th Place, and for the installation of several drainage improvements for $25,000, and authorize the mayor to execute the contract documents. Item 6, consider approval of entering into a contract with Phoenix Pumps, Inc. and the City of Coolidge for the annual preventative maintenance of the City of Coolidge lift station pumps in an amount not to exceed $8,500, and authorizing the mayor to execute the necessary documents. Item 7, consider approval of entering into a subrecipient agreement number 160310-01 between the Arizona Department of Homeland Security and the City of Coolidge Police Department for 2016 Homeland Security grant funding in the amount of $132,000 for Operation Stone Garden details, and approve the expenditure of said funds. Item 8, consider approval of entering into a subrecipient agreement number 160310-02 between the Arizona Department of Homeland Security and the City of Coolidge Police Department for 2016 Homeland Security grant funding in the amount of $4,560 for Operation Stone Garden equipment, and approve the expenditure of said funds. Item 9, consider approval of change order 1 and 2 for construction of the Palo Verde Avenue Sidewalk Project, Arizona Avenue to 4th Street, and approve the contract for construction services with Talus Construction. And item number 10, consider approval of the claims for the month of October 2016. If there's no discussion, I would look for a motion.
Mayor,
Yes.
move to approve items 5 through 10 as read.
Second.
There's a motion and second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Nay.
Business regular items, number 11. Consider approval of entering into an agreement and addendum between the City of Coolidge and by Zoto, Inc., doing business as Seamless Docs for the purpose of making the city forms electronic and capable of being completed, submitted, and paid for online.
Mayor and council members, this item was brought to you at our last council meeting. Unfortunately, I was out sick, so I wasn't able to answer some of the questions. But in summary, we're looking to allow our forms that we currently have on our city's website to be enabled so the citizen can go in and electronically type in all the information they need to do, hit a submit button, and it goes directly to the department that needs to get that information, as well as give them the ability, if it's an item that needs to be, whether it's an animal license, signing up the kids for something going on at the teen center, a sewer and trash bill, or any type of fee, they can go ahead and enter in their credit card information and pay for it directly online. With that said, a lot of these questions I believe were asked at this last meeting, and various people, myself included, as well as Norma, are hoping to answer some of these questions. So I'm going to go ahead and start off with one of the questions Steve had. He wanted he said he's more of a hands-on. He wanted to see it. Unfortunately, Jade, who I've been working with, was unable to attend this meeting to give us a live demo, but she went ahead and created a quick video demo that I'm going to play for you now. And then Norma will have some I don't know if I want to say reviews, but some feedback, I guess, from other cities that are using them. And then I don't know if there's some other questions that we can hopefully answer. But I'll start with the video first, and then we kind of get an idea of what the program is and how it works.
Thank you.
Hi everyone, thanks so much for taking the time to consider Seamless Docs and watch the presentation. I'm super excited to show you guys the capabilities and the functionality that we have here. It's really awesome in terms of making you guys more automated, more accessible to your constituents, and then of course make you guys more efficient internally. And over here we say our main mission is to make government beautiful. Quickly just to introduce myself while I'm walking you guys through the platform, just so you know who is actually speaking and behind the voice over here. My name is Jade Littleton. Specifically, I'm an Arizona Solutions Consultant over here. So I chat with different municipalities within the state of Arizona, figure out how you guys are processing your PDF forms, and of course show you how one of our many solutions can actually help solve those issues you guys may have. Specifically, I've helped to onboard Gilbert, Marana, and Bullhead City. I've actually touched base with all of them, and they're all more than excited to actually talk with you guys and let you guys know about their experience with Seamless Docs so far. So I'll just kind of jump right into the platform over here. So you can see the first thing we'll actually look at is your guys' city page. So definitely beautiful, easy to navigate, but let's talk about the forms, right? So right now, the way constituents are accessing forms is they're going to your site, or even internal forms too, right? So they're going to your site, they're clicking on a link, and it's taking them to a non-fillable PDF. So at this point, you have to print out this form, fill it out by hand, scan it, fax it, drive it over, maybe put it in an envelope and send it over. So just old school, a little bit too inefficient, not really making you guys accessible. So our platform is actually going to take care of this every step of the way to actually solve those issues. So I converted this new records request for you guys, so you can see here's your new beautiful records request. Really easy to fill out and do this. On the left-hand side, you guys get this digital letterhead, and let's say I would like the budget from 96. So in terms of filling this thing out, I mean, you can see here it's really straightforward, and I've made some of these fields required. I mean, I have to fill them out, otherwise I cannot submit the document to you guys, so making sure you get the correct data sent back on that first try. And then down here at the bottom, I can still download and print out the original. I can upload any kind of attachments if I may need to, and you can make those required too, so people actually have to upload those attachments, otherwise they can't submit the form to you guys. So let's say now I'm actually done. I've filled out this entire document, so now I need to sign off on it, right? So I can go ahead and type in my name, and it'll show up in script at the bottom. If I want to sign off on this document, I can do it with my mouse track or my mouse, and if I was on my mobile or tablet, it'll actually prompt me to sign off on the doc with my finger. I can also upload a custom signature or just use the one I've stored. When I check off the box, I'm legally binding my signature to this document here, and now I'm actually done. So instead of printing this off, scanning, faxing, like I said, all I have to do is click a button right here, and this document is actually done. So now I, as this applicant or constituent, will get a copy of this to my email, and now the clerk or whoever needs to process this form internally will also get notified through their email with the completed document so they can actually go through and process it now. So as a citizen, I'm taking to the thank you page. I know you guys have gotten the form versus me scanning it and faxing it, not really knowing where it was going. So that whole submission approval process is pretty seamless and straightforward. So let's actually talk about how I converted this form. So it was actually quite easy. So I'm going to jump into our platform now. So the page you guys are looking at is actually the page you'll see when you log into our platform. So this is really going to be from an admin perspective, and all your documents will live in this centralized location. So let's go ahead and convert a document. So I'm going to come up here to convert, upload document, and I have your guys' employment application. So not to beat a dead horse here, but you guys can see, again, this is a non-fillable PDF. So it's a pretty long one too. So let's go ahead and fix this one up. So I'm going to copy the URL link, and as you can see, this is very easy, very straightforward, won't take me long at all. So after I copy the URL link, I'm going to jump into our platform, and you can see there's actually a few ways you can upload any of these documents that you want to convert, but I'll just go ahead and throw in that URL link. So once the platform detects it pretty quickly, it's going to take us to what we call here our doc editor. Now think of this as like the back-end version of this PDF, where you guys are totally going to customize it to make it that smarter, more interactive, beautiful, seamless doc that can now be accessed online at any time from any device, so essentially turning you guys in Coolidge into a 24/7 city hall, right? So once this loads up, it's pretty incredible. All I'm going to do is click one button at the top up here. And so what this button is going to do is it's going to scan this entire document and set up the form for us. So we aren't going to have to go through and do any of the work ourselves. The platform is taking care of all of this. So you guys won't have to go line by line, field by field. Staff won't even have to do that. So to convert these documents, it's going to take just a few seconds. So let's take a look and see how we did here. So, I mean, as you guys can see, we're looking at the same thing here. It actually set up the entire document for us. It picked up on the checkboxes, the lines, all these fields, so pretty incredible. And if you want to customize it even further, you guys can see we have this toolbar on the left-hand side, and it's just simply dragging and dropping directly onto the page to add anything on there. Really straightforward. And up here, you guys can see you can make fields required. You can resize them, add in custom calculations, great for finance forms. So again, this platform is super easy to actually go through and convert your documents, not just IT, but for really all departments. Our technology was built for you guys as government. We only work with government. So I'll just go ahead and make it a live form, click on a button. Here's your guys' new and improved employment application. So again, you guys can see that was really straightforward. And now, to get this so people can use it, each form generates a unique URL link. You just throw that up on your guys' city site and it's done. People can fill it out, submit it, and you're absolutely seamless. So one more thing I'll mention over here. So that was converting your existing documents, right? So taking a PDF and bringing it to a smarter form. You guys can also build out forms from scratch. So let's say you wanted to build out a survey or some kind of form that maybe hasn't been recreated in a while. It's really old school. Instead of building forms out in Word, converting to a PDF, let's just build something out in our web form builder. Again, all mobile tablet friendly and 508 and ADA compliant. So if you guys had an event over the weekend, you want everyone's feedback, how did that event go? Let's go ahead and build out a form so they can actually get that feedback. So I'll go ahead and I will put in a header here. I'll ask for everyone's name, their address, let's say email and phone number. I'll throw in a customized question, and I'll just open up some of these other tools just so you guys can see this crazy functionality that you have in here to make these forms super customized, make them look and feel exactly how you want them to. And I mean, you guys can see there's so many different options here. And to build this out, I'm just clicking to actually add it, so it's so easy. No custom coding, no tech background or experience. So let's name this citizen feedback form, and now I'm done, right? So in just about 30 seconds, I built out that new beautiful form. And to make it live, again, a click of a button, and here is your guys' new and improved citizen feedback form. So this was incredibly straightforward. You can see you can translate it to any language, but very, very easy to do. So that is all I pretty much have for you guys today. In terms of converting the documents, you could see that was super easy. Building any form out from scratch, again, very easy. And filling out that form online, you can see it was just a beautiful and easy, seamless experience. Awesome for the constituents, even internal forms, HR, finance, you name it. And like I said, we have those 3 partners in Arizona already who absolutely love us. So I really can't wait for you guys to chat with them, hear their feedback, and I'm really excited about the potential opportunity of partnering with you guys and making you part of the Seamless Gov family. Thanks. Bye.
So hopefully that gave you kind of an idea of how the program works. It doesn't give you a true comparison without seeing the Laserfish. I didn't want to bore you with an hour-long presentation of how that works. But for that item, that was 7 or 8 pages. I don't remember how long that, our employee application is pretty long. That one would probably take us at least 10 hours to create by hand. You got to manually go in there and type in every single item, even that it's not fillable. If you want to type in, you know, please enter your name, age, and birth date, you got to type all that in by hand. You got to change the font, the italices, all that stuff. Versus our existing forms, it just scans it in a matter of minutes. So it's a huge difference. With that said, I think Norma reached out to a couple of the cities and hopefully got some feedback. And then I don't know if there's some other additional questions you guys might have had that you can ask us as well.
Yes. Honorable Mayor and Council, out of the 3 cities in Arizona, 2 responded back to our calls. It was Bullhead City and the city of Marana. And both of them are fairly new at the program. Marana's been utilizing the program for 1.5 years, Bullhead City for about 2 years. They are both very pleased with the program. What was so odd, and I found it odd, is one is using it for internal forms only, which is like their check requests, purchase orders, requisition forms, and they said it's working out great for them. The only downfall they saw was that once the form is created, it's going through like sort of like our agenda program where it goes through a workflow. If somebody catches a change, or let's just say it goes to finance and finance says, nope, you got something incorrect there, then they almost have to start the process over again. But again, it's very simple to go back, correct it, and then start the process over again, and then it gets back to finance for their final review, and city manager if he reaches the purchasing limit amount that he approves. Bullhead City uses it for external forms. I asked them if they had the pay module, and they did not. So unfortunately, they did not have that module with them. But again, very satisfied with the forms. They're getting all their registration forms, their sewer and trash hookup, water services, all that are being submitted online and being directed to the correct department. So that's about it. That's summarizing it for you.
Okay, Rob, you know, one of my concerns was, how is this going to tie in? You know, sitting here all the years that I have, we've gone from this to that to this to that, and every time we try to tie something in, perfect example for me is the Outlook calendar. We have the email, but we don't have the calendar. The system that I worked in at the county, it did a lot of this stuff. I mean, it already was built in, so I'm not a computer guy, but I know that we could get on our computers and do a lot of those same things. My concern here is a lot of times, and it's not just in the technology world, we get on one thing, and then all of a sudden we'll spend a bunch of money in that area, and then we'll come back and the next 3 years, 4 years later, we'll want to go a different direction. So everything, it's not tied in. I realize technology changes, but will we be able to use this on any other systems, or in the event that we change systems one day, or what?
Yes, Mayor, that's one of the big benefits of this one over the current system we're using. In fact, I'd almost be curious if that's why I think it was Bullhead City that only uses it for one side. If once you get integrated into one system, you're kind of tied to that, and it's hard to change. With this system, it's all web-based, so it's a lot like our minute track that we use for our council meetings. Whether you're using it here at our police department, or we're using it at City Hall, or we're using it at our house, it's all web-based. You're logging in to a website to get access to everything. So it doesn't matter if you're running Windows, it doesn't matter if you're running a Macintosh, it doesn't matter if you're running an Android on your phone. It's all web-based. So if you can get to the internet, you can get to these forms. So you can use it on your phone, a tablet, a computer, wherever you are. So I would say this program is a lot more beneficial than the program we're currently on, where we are tied to our network. And for the internal forms, which we haven't even got to, I don't know how our PD would be able to use that system, because it's tied to a separate network that they can't get to because they're secured away from our other buildings. So this system, none of those problems exist.
So the PD will be able to use this?
Yes, anybody with internet access would be able to use this program.
And I don't think, Mr. Miller, that do we have a financial person yet?
We do. In fact, I'll introduce him. Gabe is out there in the audience this evening, our first day today.
That would be something that might determine which way I decide to vote on this. I know that some people think that we were a little bit behind the times on our methods, if you will, in finance. I'm just curious, Gabe, would this benefit you? Is where you used to work? Did they have anything like this, or?
Gabe, go ahead and go up.
In Coolidge, you know, you got to come up to the podium. I don't know how Mayor Rankin does it, but here, you know.
He has a desk with a microphone on it.
Oh, okay.
Mayor, members of the council,
We didn't have a system like this. I know there were some that we were looking into. I know there's some modules that can be purchased through Cassell, which is our financial software. This seems more of an application that would be useful for like Parks and Rec and a lot of these other fees and things. The application, I mean, having filled out an application a couple weeks ago, it's pretty tedious having to write everything out. So, I mean, this would definitely take you more customer friendly. From what I've seen, I haven't seen everything they can do, but any step forward, I think, is a good step.
And see, and that's one of the things that I was talking about, Robbie. Is it'd be more beneficial to one department than the other, but was there any use that you can see for it in the finance department?
Yeah, I mean, we change forms all the time for water, wastewater, just business license fees. I mean, there's a lot of opportunity that we can have. You know, our offices are open 8 to 5, but this gives somebody the opportunity to come in and fill out forms 24/7. I mean, so that's obviously a way of providing customer service to our residents. So there's a lot of benefit, I think.
Thank you, sir.
Yep.
Oh, did you want to ask Vice Mayor?
No, I was just going to make a comment.
Go ahead.
I just wanted to make a comment. I used to make a lot of those forms up. So, and they do take a lot of time to make up. I think it would save our employees in the long run a tremendous amount of time. And I've often heard, you know, about how our website is not user-friendly, you know, that you can't download different things and stuff like that. So I think this would bring us up. I think it would be really good to do.
Anybody else?
No, I just like that it's web-based. I mean, pretty much all the applications that I do every day is web-based, and you can change it. It is adaptable to different computers and everything, so.
Have we looked into it? It's going to ease up, because we have a small office at City Hall, so it's going to actually free up some of their time, right? Like, they're not going to be dealing with the forms all day long like they're used to. People coming to the window, asking for a form and all that stuff should free them up a little bit.
Honorable Mayor, Councilmember Lewis, we're not sure yet. I'm saying that it is going to free up some time because of the fact that you won't have people coming up to the desk, to the front counter. So every morning, the clerk up at the desk at the front desk will be able to go in, see what payments came in, and then apply those payments, and then be able to forward those registration forms. Let's say it's Parks and Rec for like a T-ball registration. They'll be able to forward them right over to the department. So it should free up some more time. We're constantly getting requests right now when people come in to make their payments, especially when we have a sport that parents are coming in to pay, and they're like, is there any way we can pay that online? Because I can't make it there before 5. And so I think it's going to be really beneficial, and I think it will free up some of the time for the staff. Sometimes we get a lobby full with parents.
Okay, so that goes into my next question. I apparently missed it by reading this. We are going to look at the option, or we want the option that you could do the online payments. I know that was like an extra fee, but did we ever, I don't know, last time, I can't remember the specific question I asked, but I did ask something in reference to the cost difference. If we do this program with the pay, are enough payments being made where it's cost effective? I think that's asked something similar.
Right.
To that.
I think I fairly recall your question, Councilmember Lewis. I think at this point it's too early to tell what we're paying annually for the module itself, the $2,500. I think I know that it's offsetting, and we're collecting more payments through the online right now for all your utilities. People are able to call us and pay like their business license or anything like that over the phone by giving us their credit card. But Express Bill Pay right now is allowing customers to pay their sewer and trash. So I think it's going to be an added benefit now that now that you're going to have more payments coming in that way.
Is the city going to ask the user to pay a transaction fee when they make their payment, or is that something we're going to absorb ourselves?
I think at this point we're unsure about that. I think we're going to have to look at it maybe after a year's time, or maybe if we go with the program, maybe after 6 months of being on it, we can look at it and
But if we approve this program today and we go out and buy it, once it's installed, Are we paying a user fee out of our pocket, or is the customer paying a transaction fee?
Currently, under Express Bill Pay, they are not paying the fee. The city is couping that cost.
Okay. So, outside of that, I think it's a great program. I liked it last time. I was ready to go last meeting with it, but I understand, the presentation helped, I think. And I think especially for all the people who weren't born and raised here and don't know where town hall's at, all the outsiders who look online first, I think it's beneficial to them. So, being an outsider, I think it's great.
And if I could interrupt for a second, yes, the way this was proposed, we, the city, would be paying that $2,500 a year. No additional cost gets passed on to a citizen. So if they're paying a $30 fee, it's $30. That's what gets on their credit card. They did offer to provide a third-party program where they would take the credit cards, and the city wouldn't have that $2,500 fee, but that fee gets passed on to the citizen. So an example, they had a $30 sewer and trash. They get billed $32.50. That $2.50 goes to the vendor. The $30 comes to the city, and thus we don't get the charge.
Do you know exactly why we chose not to? Because I know with the water, when I pay my water bill online, I pay it's like either $2.95 or $3.95 fee for using the credit card system on it.
Yeah, we just want to mimic what we're doing today.
Okay.
Right now, if they call in and give us their credit card over the phone, they don't get charged an additional fee.
No surprise.
So we wanted to do the same thing with the website. But if we chose not to, if that $2,500 a year is a big deal, there is an option. It just wasn't what was included in our proposal here.
Appreciate that.
I don't know.
Yeah, but I asked last time, were we already paying a 20? What's our fee now that we're paying? I know I asked that last time, and I never got that answer.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not finance, but I'm sure we pay Express Bill Pay something now to use their
Do you
service.
have an idea, Gabe? I think that's what the question was, because if we're going to pay more, why? But that's not going to change my decision on my vote. But I was just curious.
So, is it built in here, Dennis and Rick, the option to go 1 or 2 or 3 years, or is this just for 3 years, or what's it for? Or is it going to be built in the motion? What if
We
wanted to
left
try
it open. You can choose the 1 year, which is $5,000, and then $2,500 a year for the credit card. You can choose the 3 years. I don't have the paperwork in front of me. I think we save like $250 a year. Or you can choose the 5 years and you save $500 per year. You're still billed per year, but you get that savings, that $500 off per year. I know somebody mentioned, could we sign up for 1 year to see if we like it? Definitely we can do that. You're paying an extra $500 for that 1 year, but if we like it, maybe it was worth it. If we didn't like it, then it's easy to, look for another solution.
Is there a cancellation fee if we do more than 1 year?
I don't remember what all was in that. I'm not even sure if it was in there in their proposal they sent.
Either way, though, after 1 year, we can reevaluate and say.
Oh yeah, you could always cancel it even after 1 year. It's just you may have a fee you have to pay because you didn't go through the full 5 years or 3 years or
But
whatever.
if we signed up for a 1 year contract,
If you sign up for a 1 year contract, there's not going to be any fee. You just pay
reevaluate.
If we do
the
the
full.
1 year contract, there's no guarantee that discount for multiple years will exist in a year, right?
I can't
No
guarantee it. No.
So it's, $2,500 saved versus spending $500 more each year you need if you're going to do more than a year anyways. I don't know.
Yeah.
it could be, but our track record is such that it'd be nice to try it out for a year.
Yeah, I mean, from what I've seen and used in the demo, I'm convinced that this is going to be a lot like we did with the Minute Track. We're just going to continue to renew it for year after year after year.
Dennis, did you review
But there is no guarantee that that will be the case.
with seamless?
But you're definitely sold on it.
Oh, I'm sold.
I'm
Yeah.
sold
I mean, if I were involved in the process when we chose Laserfish to begin with, Laserfish would have never even gotten put on the table as an option. It's just a night and day difference as far as what the two products can do.
Okay.
Anything about cancellation?
Kind of
Because I didn't recall seeing anything, but maybe.
Yeah, I read it 3 weeks ago and I don't remember
addendum,
seeing it.
more of a kind of a quote. I mean, we wrote in our addendum with regards to Arizona rules, but
it be possible, since we don't really know that answer, if we did make a motion but included that it was contingent based on feedback on a cancellation fee? Or is that too much then?
No, you could do that if you wanted to. I think
I would expect a
you're
cancellation.
trying to go on multiple years.
Like, let's say you did the 5-year deal, but you decided after a year that we just weren't happy with it, and we canceled it, and we saved $500 doing the 5-year deal that first year. Is there going to be a cancellation fee? Is there early termination fee? Is there a we got you in our pocket fee?
Right. Yeah, no, I mean, the pricing in the contract's just 1, 3, and 5, and it doesn't say anything with regards to, at least I'm not pulling it up this quickly, that says there's a cancellation charge. I would assume anything you'd save by going with the extended contract, if you terminated early at a minimum, you have to pay that back.
That was in one of the things in that packet from last time.
Yeah, we'll see if we can cancel it.
There was something about paying it
If it got to that
all
point.
back, so,
Or paying just the discount you got for that year,
yeah,
because you pay it yearly anyway, but.
yeah. Sure. So,
I
Well-
don't think a year is long enough. I mean, a year goes by really fast. I just don't think it's long
and
enough,
I think 5's too much.
so.
I agree.
So, if you wanted maybe 3. Anyway, is there more discussion? Is there anybody out there that's part of our staff that has worked with this system before?
Gilbert? No? I know Glendale, you guys have crazy systems. I wasn't sure what you use.
Mayor, Vice Mayor, council members, I see a lot of potential for it though, because I'm looking through all the forms right now, trying to figure out what we have, hard copies, what's on the computer, and I can tell you, as Gabe did when I applied for the position, first thing I did, I called the city and said, I can do this online, correct? And they're like, no, you have to print it out. So I was out with pen. You know, I mean, and everywhere else you look at, in all the larger cities, even the ones that you can go online and get a lot of it done, because people can't take off work. So I just see it, development services being able to produce a lot of these forms and being able to put them out to the public is a lot simpler. So I just wanted to share that with you. I've seen that in the short time I've been there, so I'm still learning everything, but it's my input.
You have a lot of forms.
We do. Yeah. And in Glendale the same way. We had a lot, and we were trying to really get them online so people can fill them out, and it was an ongoing process because we were fairly bureaucratic and stuck. So I can see this kind of freeing you up.
And if home building kicks off again, this will probably be where we benefit a lot, right?
Yeah, that's absolutely correct. Development Services has probably the more forms than any other department, and it will be beneficial not only for the development community as things start picking up, but when you think about your animal, your dog tags, your licenses for your dogs, people have to come in. If they can do that online and make a payment for that online, it would save tremendously. This is really beneficial to our customers, to the citizens.
Here, so I don't know if this was addressed. Currently, and Georgie would know probably, currently with our court system, can they make online payments? With this system, could the courts accept online payments? That would be, I guarantee you that would be something used a lot.
That's a question for Robbie.
Yeah, Robbie, yeah.
Oh, the system could do it. I just now they don't accept credit cards, period. So I don't know if that's a reason for that, or if it's just because they don't have a card reader. But right now they have to pay with cash or I think a money order or something like that.
So you're saying that system could accommodate it, but we can't?
Yes. The seamless docs could allow us to create forms that the citizen go on and click on and fill out the information, and it could accept credit card payments. Right now, the courts doesn't accept credit cards. It's not an option for them when they come in to pay, and I don't know why that is. It's not my.
You can cancel the payment on a credit card. You have 30 days and you can cancel the payment.
Maybe that's why, I don't know. But right
That's
now.
true. You can.
Yep.
Specific reason, Judge Georgie, that why you guys don't accept credit cards? That would hinder the transition?
We cancel. Most cities don't.
Most cities don't accept. I had to bail my dad
I
out of
paid
jail one
court
time.
fees
They want
online
cash.
before at other courts.
Because
That's
you
why I'm
can't
asking.
cancel cash.
So I know it can be done.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. At this time, we're not accepting it. I don't have a credit card like City Hall does, if that's what you're asking. I was looking forward to this coming budget to possibly do that. But if this system can help us out to do it online, that'd be fantastic.
So it's not something the court's opposed to. It's just something you haven't done.
No,
because
we
you
just
don't
haven't
have
done
the
it.
equipment.
Yes,
Okay.
correct. No, I don't oppose it. Heck, no.
Okay.
Better, more money I can get, better. Sorry.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Well, Robbie seems real happy with it, and I think it's a good idea to the 3, not 5. And I certainly can see how it would definitely benefit the staff. I know Norma seems pretty excited about it, so
Was that a motion?
I move that we go for the 3-year.
I second it.
All right, there's a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Nay, only because I was going to say 5 years.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Item 12. Consider approval and acceptance of acquiring 29 temporary construction easements for the Main Street Enhancement Project, authorizing the mayor to execute the documents as they are received.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor, members of the council. Basically, this is as you know, we're moving forward with the Main Street reconstruction project. We're looking at advertising that project the end of December, having it starting construction in the first part of March. One of the steps that we need to do prior to do that is to acquire the necessary right-of-way and temporary construction easements that basically allows us as the city to match the improvements to the buildings that are and the properties that are non-historic. And those temporary construction easements is basically a 10-foot easement across the front or side of the property that allows us to match for instance, the threshold at the doorway to the sidewalk improvement. So there's full compliance with the ADA, and it's a nice aesthetic value. And this is worded that we have received some of these temporary construction easements already, where we have the rest of them in process, and this just allows the council to authorize those and to have and to sign off and accept those as they come in. Like I said, we've sent all of those out to the property owners. Most of them have come in, and we're still waiting on some others.
Okay, anybody have any questions? When we get this done, we're going to fix right in front of that store down there. What is it? It's not Lee, is it Lee's?
Yes,
Well,
please.
you should know. It's Lee's?
How would I know?
Oh, you know.
Just because I hang out?
Down there?
No, I don't.
No, I'm just kidding. But, because
Safeway
they're
and
always,
Schultz is
because
my
they're always,
preference,
no,
actually.
they're always complaining that it's and it is, when it rains.
Oh, yeah. There's
that
always
corner
sandbags.
there,
Right,
by
and
Delbridge
and that's specifically one of the areas that's addressed with the redesign and the reconstruction of Main Street.
Okay. Just want to make sure, because those guys sure catch it when it rains. Even the sandbags don't keep it out, so.
I agree.
Mayor?
All right. If there's no further discussion, I'd like for a motion to.
Motion approved.
Oh.
As read.
Thanks.
Motion and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Had to get one.
Report from the mayor and council and/or city manager. We'll start down here with you, Steve.
I have nothing to add.
Yeah, I didn't say that.
John?
Nope.
Oh, of course, I got lots to talk about. Okay. I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. We didn't see each other since last time, so we had a good one. Something happened in the city, and I forgot what it was. Did we have a meeting since the Veterans Day Parade? We did, didn't we?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, so I talked about that. That's it, I think. Oh, congratulations for swearing in the new guys. And gal.
Pleasure, Mayor.
I have nothing.
Mr. Miller?
Mr. Mayor, members of the council, I'll be very brief tonight. Did receive a thank you letter from a councilman from the city of El Mirage, especially expressing his appreciation to Mr. Terry Hoover for showing our program of how they use the zipper to make roadway improvements in this community. They were very impressed by what we do here. Coming from a larger city, the city of El Mirage, council recognizing that we do a tremendous job here in Coolidge with our street crews. So I'd like to thank Terry and his crews and Matt, pass that on. I know that we appreciate all the hard work that they do there. The only other thing I'd like to really say, a couple items. We have a fabulous performing arts center with tremendous world-class performances. And I think many people in the area don't really know that we have that here. Some people go and say, I didn't we have a performing arts center of this magnitude in our area? It's the largest performing arts center in Pinal County. And there's a great slate of performances that are scheduled for this season. I'd encourage everyone watching tonight and council members to go and support the Performing Arts Center and the fabulous programs that are offered there, because you'll be amazed at the entertainment that they bring in. Lastly, weekly memos out. We have a fly-in this Saturday, the 3rd, monthly fly-in. Christmas in the Village at the Artisan Village, as well as a Central Arizona Symphony and the Desert Song Choir classic Christmas performance, again at the Performing Arts Center Saturday evening. That's all I have, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, one thing. Gabe, thank you tonight. It's good to have Gabe here and good to have Gilbert here on staff.
Yes.
We're happy to have them both here, and I feel like the cavalry finally came in.
And Gabe's already talking about it's just my first day. I don't know. So anyways, since the last time we went to the CAG meeting, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we did that, and there's been other meetings. I don't know if Sun Corridor was before that or after that during that. But anyway, it's all been about transportation. I guess tomorrow we're going somewhere for a luncheon for to thank or join the tribe for a luncheon on giving us the award money for the things
The library.
like the cameras for our police officers and things of that nature.
And the
our fire
library.
equipment. Yep. So we'll be going to that, Rick and Joyce and I. And so other than that, I think everything's going as well as can be expected, and I look for a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn. Second.
Motion is second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it.